Hello, my little YouTubers. So it's been about a week or so since my last vlog. So, as you can tell, I look a little different now. Haven't shaved in a few days. Got the haircut. This is how I normally wear my hair. In the Marine Corps, it would be called a high and tight, pretty much. Could be tighter along here, but since I'm gray slash blonde slash balding, I guess this will have to do. You'll notice I have a wound here and here. That's because on my very last day, I went from our professional development day at school, where all the teachers and staff meet together, to the dermatologist to remove more cancer from my face because my face appears to be a cancer factory from when I was young, they say. Being out in the sun all the time. I never have used sunscreen my whole life, and I have spent as much time outside as is possible. This is how you get a weathered face with a wrinkly, furrowed brow and cancer all over. I mean, this is my original cancer scar. They had to cut a chunk about this big out of my face. So, beware of the dangers of not wearing sunscreen, and they say it has nothing to do with the thousands and thousands of x-rays that have taken on pets throughout a 23-year career in veterinary medicine without any kind of protection. They always make you wear that lead apron and lead gloves and lead thyroid protector, but for some reason the part of your body that is literally this far away from the device that produces the radiation gets no protection. I worked at a place where we had x-ray glasses. The glass was lead lined and you could see through them just perfectly, but they would stop x-rays. Eyes are full of water, which is not affected by x-rays, so who knows. But anyway, you notice the new haircut. So since the end of school last Friday, today is Monday, end of school's Friday, we had some pretty good weather on the weekend over here in Denver, and so I got my KTM back from the dealership. I bought a new motor, or a used motor, for $700. I paid the dealership, after all was said and done, $800 to put it in. Trailered it home, rode it a few times. It's not overheating like it used to. The only problem is it's got the safety interlock thing on the starter, and it goes click and stops. It's like, so I'll be sitting at a light and it'll just like kaput to stop, and that safety interlock clicks and it sounds like somebody hitting your engine with a hammer. you know. So I went to start it today, and it gets stuck in these halfway in between spots. And so you have to like physically rotate the engine, and these engines are wrapped so tight, it's hard to turn them a little bit to get the gear back out of that safety interlock function. And then it works just wonderfully. Sounds like heck in the meantime. So, got my bike back. Saundra's bike, we completely rewired the turn signals because there was some problem with intermittent turn signals that we could never solve. We read all the wires and all the fuses and all the flashers and relays and stuff, and could not find where the problem was. And the closest I could come on the left hand side, they use the same ground for the horn, the headlight, high beam, low beam switch, and the turn signal switch, and the emergency flashers. And so I rewire the whole thing. It's working great. And then go push the horn, nothing happens. So I rewire the whole horn. And then I push the turn signals and nothing happens. So I had to rewire those a different way. So it's just insane with bikes. Motorcycles are like boats. They say the definition of boat is a hole in the water that you throw money into. And motorcycles are no different. I was just watching a car commercial upstairs for the new Fiat SUV. It's $20,000 off the line. And you go to online, any motorcycle dealership, and look up a BMW, 1250 GS or something like that, a touring bike, and it's $23,000. And If I had the money, I'd be buying a new one instead of dealing with my KTM that had, 40,000 miles, and I bought a used motor that has 35,000 miles. And I paid 700 for the motor, and I got the guy down. He was selling it for 888. He sold it to me for 700. He was a really nice guy. He even delivered it down to me from where he was at in Pueblo, which is 150 miles away from here. Um, and the dealer said, "Oh yeah, typical for them. It's $500." And they're like, "Well, they noticed this and this and that. My brake pads were worn down to. I put a brand new brake disc rotor on the back of it, and of course, I wear my pads down to the steel, which puts grooves in my, thing. So Flash changed those out for me, which they needed to be done, and then he has to pay for the oil for my motorcycle. Okay. Just to let you know what a KTM motorcycle costs, I have well more than $30,000 into this bike in, 10 years, and oil is $20 a quart, and it takes 4 quarts. So, I mean, literally the can comes with its own little foldy spout thing, that accordion fold spout thing that comes out. It's amazingly expensive. And I mean, what on God's green earth could they do to oil that makes it $20 a quart? Are you kidding me? It cost me $88 for the oil when he put the motor in. So I've got the old motor back, and I got to see what to do with that, whether I want to rebuild it. It would be nice to be able to rebuild it inexpensively, and when it comes time for a new motor, put that one in it. Just start swapping motors or something. But these things are amazingly expensive. Like I said, I bought it for $700, and the guy did nothing to it. He took it out of a bike, and the guys put it into my bike. So today I couldn't get it started, and I rode my Victory around town, all pissed off that my KTM didn't work. Been doing homework for my doctoral program. Some surprise charges came up from an ex-wife from 7 years ago that took $333 out of my checking account today because somehow she had a loan that she defaulted on. And through the same bank that I'm still banking through, and they connected our names together, and they took it from me. I had nothing to do with the loan. Then, I'm trying to go to California in my RV. So I reupholstered my daughter's visor in her new truck and reupholstered her center console. I just ordered CV joints for the front end. When I get those in, I'll be changing those out. We'll be leaving to California to see my fellow shipmates, squadron mates from VFA 305 in Point Mugu, California. And my dad's birthday is the weekend after. I plan on spending a few weeks in Cali, head down to Mexico if I can. We got our passports in the mail. That only took about 3 weeks and $130. And now I'm free to travel the globe. My girlfriend got news in the mail today that she's been laid off from her job. She's been doing transcription work for 20-something years and been working for this company for a year and 8 months or something. And for some reason, the work started disappearing, and she'd call them and they'd blow her off and say, "Oh no, we're getting a new account." And then they sent her this big legal package by FedEx this morning. She'd been asking them last week, and they were like, "Yep, we lost our big contract, so we don't need you anymore." So that really sucks. It's been a heck of a Monday for us, but it's been a, okay Monday, given the circumstances, So anyway, that's how the summer break is starting for a teacher. I kind of miss not going to work, but I'll get over it. And now it's time to recover and keep myself happy. Let's hope you do the same.